Hello. Hope this video finds you doing well. We've been making this transition to church teams, and I wanted just to take a moment to talk with you about attendance reports. And so I'm going to switch over to my phone real quick and let you kind of see how church teams works on the phone. It's kind of, many people on Sunday morning will be doing those attendance reports on their phone. So let's switch over to my phone now, and we'll take a look at that.
Capture attendance on your device. And so I'm going to start by opening the Churchteams app here. And so we'll do that, put in my password, and now you're going to be presented at the login screen. So we're going to not worry about a lot of these tabs at this point. We'll touch on them at other points, but let's go to groups because we're wanting to do attendance. The fastest way to start attendance is to, under your group, so you see I can do attendance on two different groups. Only the church staff, Sunday staff, has attendance actually set up on it. So there's three boxes. There's a check box, which that's for attendance. There's a box with an X, that's we didn't meet. Hopefully we won't use that one very often. And then there's a schedule, which doesn't really apply to what we're doing right at the moment. So let's do a quick attendance. So let's just do this. And so we're going to check the box, and we'll see that the meeting date, we can set that to Sunday. If you're doing this attendance on Sunday, it would automatically be set. There is a next meeting date, which is preset based upon how we set up the group. And then you'll notice there is that did not meet button. You can press that if you didn't meet, but hopefully we won't use that very often. But you'll notice everyone is checked in at this point. And so what I want to do is if it's easier to uncheck the 3 or 4 people who are absent, just do that. So we're going to just say Jeannie wasn't here, and I could be good to go. But it probably, for most of our groups, it's going to be better to hit the none button. And now at this point we can just go down and we can start checking everybody in that's actually here, like so. There's a box to add guest, and so number of visitors and guests, and it'll increment your attendance. Always good to take a little head count real quick. Projects, we're not really using that yet, but we will hear more about that later. And then there is a notes field, so if you need to type a note, do that. There is a prayer request field. That's more for things that need to come to the church office. You'll need to put in an email address. This is the email of the person filling out the form, and so you can do that. Now this is important. There is this copy email to entire group. If you press that button and then do send save report, everyone in the class is going to get a copy of the attendance report. And most people really don't want to see that, so don't use that button. Now at this point, if I hit send save, it's going to update the attendance, send that report in, and everything will be good. So at this point, I'm going to cancel out of that, and because I want to show you something else here real quick. So we go back to that group screen. Now, if I press the actual title of my Sunday school group and do that, we'll be presented with this screen. And so in this screen, we can do several things. We can edit some basic information about the group. Reports, communicate is where you could send a text or email to your group. Registration would be if you wanted to register someone into your group as a new member, those types of things. And so we'll touch on some of these later. But we're going to do, before I do the report that we're going to do, let's come down here to the actual, here's the list of everybody in our group. And let's say I wanted to make Jeannie a leader. And so I'm going to touch her role in the group, and I'm going to change her to leader and then save that. Now, everyone that has the leader role in a group is allowed to do attendance, update records, those types of things. The other one is this completes meeting report that you see kind of in the middle of the screen right now. Let's say I was going on vacation and I wanted someone to kind of double check to make sure that attendance was good. I could ask Tracy Mayo ahead of time, and Tracy, if she said yes, I'll do attendance, I could change this completes meeting report to yes just by touching it. And then on Sunday evening, Tracy would get the attendance report and be able to update attendance, make the note, do prayer requests, those sorts of things. So anybody member that's a member can update the report. It just comes out as an email. But people who have the role of leader can update attendance in the app itself. So let's go to that report screen. And so we're going to pretend that it's this past Sunday, and I've got home and I want to just kind of double check my attendance, and you'll see here's all the dates that we've met. And so I'm going to, if you were starting fresh here, you would just add a meeting. It'll let you put in the date, and then you'll be good to go. But since a lot of people, some people are already checking on the kiosk or they've used their phone, it's going to start that attendance for you. So I'm going to touch the Sunday date, and you'll see it looks identical to that just mark attendance screen. And we would see people that had already checked in, those sort of things. And I would be able to, oh, well, Jeannie was here, so I'm going to mark her present and add my number of guests, those sort of things. You know, make a note here, the Atrium printer did not connect, so I could make that note. I could do a prayer request. Now there is an extra box when you go this way. After you put in your email address, you'll see copy email to leaders. If you were to check that box, everyone who has the leader role in the group would receive a copy of the attendance report. And that's probably not a bad thing, so that everybody kind of knows who's present, you know, or more so who's not present. But then there's that pesky copy email to entire group. Remember, we don't want to check that version. A couple of people ask, where do I get a printed copy? Well, there's a printed version button right there. And so at this point, I could do send, save report, and it would update the report. If I had checked copy email to leaders, it would send it to everybody who's a leader. But notice I didn't check copy the email to the entire group. So and at this point, I'd hit save, send report, and what it's going to do at that point is just update the attendance for that Sunday. So you can do that really quick, even if you're just sitting in church right before the service starts. You got a couple of quiet minutes and you just want to update your attendance. You can do it that way. Once you've updated attendance, you can just hit the X, and at this point, we've done attendance on our phone or our device. And so I'm going to close groups, and I'm going to.
Well, I hope that example with the phone has been helpful, and that you're able now to do attendance on your phone and to do some of the basic report updates and understand some of those check boxes now. So if you need any help with that, please let me know. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.